Warning, this is not intended to diagnose, treat, or prescribe any disease, disability, or disorder you might have. Please do two things before putting any of the information in this video to use. As this is not medical advice, it is only pure information, and I'm never going to claim I'm a doctor or claim to prescribe anything, as I am not about I try to be as little about quackery as possible. 1. Consult your healthcare professional and make sure you get both their consent and willingness to work with you. If you don't, then never go any further past this warning. 2. For those who listen and acquire their healthcare professional's consent and willingness to work with you, get allergy and sensitivity tested for any and all of the foods, substances, supplements, or extracts I may refer to. If you don't heed these warnings, follow these two pieces of medical advice, I will not be responsible for any of your actions. You have been thoroughly warned, and you have been advised. Don't try this shit at home. Take care. On to the video. What's up, Cockensteinians? Cocksters? Anyway, I'm comparing you to a dude that likes that yanks off while he watches his wife getting DP'd by two BBCs. Yeah. Going all Schwarzenegger. That's an offensive joke, folks. You don't like offensive humor. You just rather be easily offended. There's a filthy Papa Franco song called Please Please Kill Yourself. Go listen to it. This is my low-carb sweet onion vinaigrette. Why does it have a yellow hue? It's very simple. There's a little turmeric as a seasoning. I'll show you how to make a salad. A good one. A real good salad. Flat bowl if you want, or a full-size plate. I use a flat bowl like this one. What this is, I'll get to in a few. First off, get your mix. I use lettuce, spring green mix, 50-50 with spinach, and then broccoli cut up. This was my late supper. Ain't no croutons, ain't no carbs or none of that shit. Nothing for lectins either. Nothing to carry lectins either. And if I cook beans, I'm gonna have to pre-soak them twice. Once in purified water and probiotics to ferment the shit out of them. And then stack it, pre-soak it for another 12. That's the first 12 hours. Second set of 12 hours is to pre-soak in baking salt water. Rinse them and then cook them in a pressure cooker. The pressure cooking has been shown to preserve the most nutrients and reduce the lectins and phytates. So there you go. And if I did that, I think all bean grower companies that grow bean, all agricultural companies that grow beans should do this. Before drying, and I'll tell you why. Getting these amount of lectins and phytates and stuff out of the diet might improve the health of the country. And if they do this with all the grains that grow all around, even the gluten-containing ones, for those of us who don't have gluten sensitivities, it would improve health on top of that even further. So, oh yeah, bee pollen. My seasoning, since I had turmeric as a coloring. For this, I use raw apple cider vinegar, extra virgin olive oil with a little liquid coconut oil in there, just a little. Little turmeric to color. Used onion. Now you sweeten it with the stevia blend here, in front of the camera, in front of the tablet. I use the black pepper. Use salt. Sprinkle that shit in there. Not much. That's the salt there will do it. That'll be fine. Next up, I get chia seed and I get hemp seed. Why? Because more protein, more fiber, and more fats, and some minerals. Carotenoids, that's what they list as vitamin A. Vitamin A precursors of carotenoids. I'm going to get some vitamin C. I'm going to get some calcium, but I'm going to get some calcium and iron by metabolizing, by getting me some vitamin C, which I will, to boost the metabolism of the iron and calcium in this hemp powder. You need more vitamin C in your diet to be able to do so. So it's just non-heme iron. And our intestinal lining prefers heme iron in animal food, so you got to use that to make up for it, which you can do pretty easily. First we'll do the chia seed, sprinkle that on there. See, look. Don't worry. Put it on my hand, put it on my hand like that. Sprinkle it over. Other, so I feel like it. Next thing I'll do, now this is the last thing I'll do. If you're vegan or whatnot, vegans, I'm gonna tell you something. You want to help the bees. Buy some bee pollen from beekeepers. And local raw honey that'll help the bees stick around, because they're doing their business, as part of their business is keeping the fucking bees around, and it's not going to hurt you. It's not detrimental to them to get honey, to buy honey that they make and the beekeepers harvest by working with them girls. It's girls in that animal species. That's girls doing all the work. So be a little respectful for them. All right, it's. So what you do, you don't sprinkle that much, because you got a little, very kind of a pungent sweetness, if you will, about these little shits. Well, it's a great way of getting different minerals. You can go on Superfood Evolution to find out more. Well, now, be warned, there's total carbohydrate 7. Dietary fiber, you remove that, you're going to know what's going to break down into sugar. That's including total sugar. So you got 5-6 grams of carbs that'll break down into sugar over time. The dietary fiber might slow that down. The protein factor and other minerals might slow that down, but still, you got to be frugal with this shit. You got to sprinkle it lightly if you're going low carbon and shit. That's about it. That's it. Well, just that last sprinkle I didn't need, but still. You want to go lightly because of that carb factor. All you got to do is read the ingredient label, but still, this will last you a long fucking time. Put it in smoothies too. Doing all that, that's the last thing. That's the last ingredient that's vegetarian friendly. If you're vegan, buy some fucking raw honey. If you're environmental, if you worry about the environment and worry about stuff like bees and shit like that, support local beekeepers and buy their raw honey. They let the bees share with them for us to use. That supports their organic local infrastructure, and that's also free market environmentalism for those who want to know. And okay, moving on. My last thing. Smoked oysters in a tin. Spin in extra virgin olive oil. I put some seasoning to them. Chef Paul Prudhom's toasted onion and garlic seasoning blend. It's got its own iodine because of the seaweed flakes. It has, just to let you know that. It might have some iodine in it because of that. Maybe. It has Old Bay and Creole seasoning. You can get Zadran's or Tony Chachere's, either fucking one. Smoke flavor. It's very unique. It's very. A lot of you might not be into this shit. I don't know, but I let it settle and marinate a bit. And put it in the fridge. I let it some flavor. I do several of these bitches. And then the sweet, the tart from the vinaigrette, the salty, the savory, the crispiness of the cruciferous veggies. I use iodized Celtic sea salt if I have it, or iodized, salt, either of them. Redmond's real salt, Himalayan pink salt, iodized sea salt. If you could find a Celtic sea salt that's got iodide put into it, that would be badass. That's just to ensure iodine. Then you have the vinaigrette. You drizzle that shit over it, and look at that. That's with the smoked oysters involved, and you just drizzle that like so, just however you want. Oh, that salad, low carb. There's no dairy to it, no gluten. It's gluten-free, dairy-free, pescatarian salad. Leave the seafood out if you want to be vegetarian and vegan friendly, unless your vegan beliefs exclude honey and raw honey or bee pollen, which I think would be kind of dumb, because you're supporting beekeepers and local beekeeping and sustainable beekeeping when you buy local raw honey, and where you have it, if you live near some beekeepers and get bee pollen from the stores. That supports keeping the bees around. Just a little better. It's free market environmentalism. Look at the concept. I'm going to tell you what I think after tossing it together. Oh, that came a little. Oh, that tooth? It's been like that. It's been like that for a long fucking time. Give me 2 pieces of that smoked oyster, that broccoli. Get that. Oh. Mm-hmm. Oh, that is a perfect. A slight kiss of the smoke flavor, the sweet, the tart, the savory, the salty, just it's all good. So it's almost organoleptic if you think about it. You got the benefits of broccoli, the spinach, you got all kinds of raw vegetables. This is a raw food that you're going to get. And don't worry if the oysters are farmed, it's not that bad. It's not the end of the world, and I promise you. I'll tell you why. There's only one way to farm. There's only one way they can eat. And you have to culture. See, you have to culture algae and shit for them to feed on. So their nutrients are pretty much similar, farmed and wild caught, about the same. So hope you enjoy. Hope you enjoy the salad recipe, and if you want to add meat to it, sizzle you some bacon, crumble it on. Don't do too much, just a little. You got salt and pepper sprinkled on it. You got the salt from the smoked oysters and stuff. Or unless you use a piece of, better yet, if you want something different than oyster, cook some shrimp. Keep the tail on. Munch that tail, just crunch it, chew it fully. It's not going to hurt you. It's apparently, according to Dr. Gundry, it's a lectin absorbing stuff. It's absorbent. It's lectin absorbing. That's kind of a good thing. If he's telling the truth, that's a good thing. I fucking hope so. And using the onion vinaigrette that's got a little turmeric in it. It's very anti-inflammatory. Hepatoprotective, mildly renal protective according to studies of curcuminoid. Might have some hepatoprotective properties, stuff like that. Before doing the recipe, I recommend talking to your doctor, make sure you now before trying this recipe, my only medical advice: talk to your doctor, and if they give you consent and access to their guidance when you need it, you gotta have for number one, it's an all or nothing. So you need both. And their willingness to work with you, you know what I'm saying? So it's three things. It's all or nothing at all kind of deal for number one. Number two, you need to get sensitivity tested because of the bee pollen, the oysters, even the onion factor maybe, stuff like that. Hope you enjoy how to make the homemade salad like this. I will see you later. Take care.